in the office,
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see you. We have a fabulous guest this morning, who I will introduce in one moment. I do want to tell you that next week, our own Dr. Pam is going to be telling us about her trip to Cuba. And she just got back from Cuba. So we'll look forward to that. Today is part of our ongoing series, and next week, which we're calling Callings. And I think we've had some fabulous people with fabulous calls or callings in their life. And that's definitely true today too. I want to open us with prayer before I introduce our guests. Dear God, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for our chance to reach out and meet people in our community who are doing fabulous things, who have been called to do what we would call the work of your kingdom. We thank you today for Lita Perez and all that she does. Guide us as we go into our week. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Our guest this morning was brought to us by Joanne Ullman, who couldn't be with us in person, but she's with us from South Carolina. She is doing really important work in this community. She is the executive director of an organization, which she's going to tell us about, called Clubhouse. And it helps people who have experienced mental illness kind of come back to a place of recovery and entry into the world and so forth. I was interested when I looked at your bio, because she's got a bio that is heavy with physical fitness, which is wonderful. It's sort of part of my passion too. So anyway, we are very happy to have you with us today, Lita Perez. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be able to share with you the Aura Clubhouse. Okay, so if we can go ahead and put that up on screen. Okay. I have 2 PowerPoints, and you'll see why later.
Is there any moving videos in them?
The second one might have a video.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that makes a difference in how I bring it up.
You won't worry about the video for the second one.
Okay, we're on the last slide, but we can.
So we are Aura Clubhouse. We are working towards mental wellness. What we are a recovery through work program. And I'm going to tell you a short story of how we began and the power of 7. There were 7 patients in a facility. And while they were at that facility, they started a club called WANA, W-A-N-A, We Are Not Alone. And so this club that they had, they really enjoyed being a part of. All 7 of those patients were discharged from this facility. They really needed that club. They enjoyed being a part of that club. And so they decided they were going to continue to meet anyway. So they met on the steps of the library every day. And these 2 women's names that you see here, they heard about it and they said, we have a house over here. Maybe you can meet there. And so they went there and they fixed it up a little bit. Somebody made sandwiches. Somebody put a newsletter together, said, hey, let's tell everybody else where we are so they can come here. And someone was in charge of cooking. Someone was in charge of janitorial work. Everybody had a job to do. And so John Beard came, right now, let me backtrack. So they really did such a great job in coming together, those 7 people. That was back in 1948, and they met on the steps of the New York City Library. There are over 300 clubhouses all over the world. 300. There are 19 in Florida. We are the only clubhouse in Marion County. And Marion County is not a small little space. So we definitely are having our sights on adding more clubhouses. I'll tell you more about what we do. So John Beer started a program when he noticed that working side by side with these people who were suffering and living with mental illness really started to thrive when we could work next to them. And we call it side by side, working side by side. We are a recovery through work program. So only one in Marion County. We'd like to see more. We have a dedicated staff. These are the different programs that we offer in our clubhouse. Employment is number 1. So if you want to work, you want to get back to work, we're going to help you do that. And we do that with a program called TE, Transitional Employment. This is where we slowly integrate you back into the work experience. And we started at the clubhouse level. Somebody, like I said before, is in charge of the newsletter. Somebody is in charge of culinary. Somebody's in charge of janitorial. So there's always work being done, and we're always working side by side. But our goal is to look for a company or organization who would like to hire our members. In actuality, they hire the clubhouse, and our members can work there anywhere from 3 to 6 to 9 months, just to slowly get acclimated to the work environment. And then the next member can go in. So TE, transitional employment. And then eventually we go to what is SE, supported employment, where they're working a little bit more, and we just make sure that where they're working is fine, they're doing well, and that the employer is really happy with their work as well. And of course, IE is independent employment, and they're off and running, and they're back in society, and they're contributing to the economic value of our community. So we teach a lot in, and these are 2 staff members. Right now, it's just the 3 of us. Yes, I'm glad you said, oh, wow, because it can be an oh, wow, very much. So this is Bridget. She's our employment specialist, and she helps with organizing the members who are looking for work. Not all members are looking for work. They're all going through their own journey, and we give them time to, do what they can where they can. And then we have Vanessa Matthew, and she's our clubhouse generalist, but she's also our culinary unit lead. And we call our departments units instead of departments. So this is working side by side. They're learning life skills, learning how to cook, learning how to put, as you can see Michael at the bottom doing newsletter, learning how to input data entry, learning how to count money. And we also love getting connected to the community. We like bringing people in and presenting what we call our lunch and learn, the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of every month. And we do this so that they can see what's available out there. You never know what touches their heart, and they go, wow, that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to get involved in something like that. So we want to open our community to our smaller community so they have the potential to see what is possible. And as I mentioned before, independent skills is really important, living on their own. Many of our members are living with parents or grandparents and eventually have to be on their own. So we want to make sure that they understand what they're doing and what they can do in their own little space and eventually become more independent. Leadership development. This is my favorite because they also learn to lead others, and they are the mentors to the new members coming in, teaching them the work side by side, teaching them about Clubhouse. So they have the opportunity to teach one. Each one is teaching one. Oh. So I love this picture because over
Maybe
here, this
First
is,
one to come up. Yeah, you've been very good. Waiting for Mama.
I need to mute somebody.
this is Lucy. Lucy started working with us. She came about a year ago, and her goal was to find work and to get her own bike so that she could transport herself. And she didn't have to be dependent on anyone. And this is her on her bike. After finding a job, she works at, does everyone know Wear Gloves? That's where she works.
Uh-oh.
And she's very popular there. She's now working almost full time every day. And she was able to finance her own bike.
That's
Okay,
great.
her own little motorbike. And that's Jackson and that's Mikey. And they work at Tudor Farms. So they help with horses. They're out in the at a farm. They love it there and they're thriving. They've been there for about 4 months now. So they're doing really well. I'm very proud of these three members, Lucy, Jackson, and Mikey. There's so much more, but if I showed you everyone, we'd be here a little bit longer.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
One of your first slides, you showed a house.
Mhm.
Is that the location? of the-
Currently, that's our location, but we are moving out, and I'll tell you more about that. We're in the process of moving from that space. So I'll tell you more about that. Yeah.
It might be giving you a problem, which it sometimes does.
Okay.
I'll forward it.
The other thing we do is social integration. We go out at least once or twice a month. We get to do things together. So we go to the movies, we go bowling, we go to the park, we do things together. We give them a place to be able to socialize and go out there and be among others. And we have a great time, as you can see. We went to Universal Studios last year, and that was by far like the best for them. They had such a great time. It was a long day.
I want to join.
You want to join? Here's the other thing about being more social. We do not close on Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. We are open and we are serving. We have the honor to serve this population and they get to be with us on the holidays. So all national holidays, we're open.
So it's not residential.
It's not residential yet,
But
no.
what meal do they eat together?
Ah, okay. We do not leave the building. We make breakfast and lunch and the members are helping with that. And it costs $1.50 for lunch. And sometimes you can't believe what you're getting for $1.50. It's pretty good. So they get to have breakfast and lunch with it, but they are part of bringing that and putting all that together. And they learn how to serve other members. They learn how to cook. They learn how to set up a table. They learn all these things at the clubhouse level. So again, we serve lunch. The staff and I, we don't leave the property or the space. So we don't go out for lunch like most jobs have. We stay with them when we have lunch with our members. Okay. And the other part of it is also having the time to celebrate the holidays with them. And we celebrate their birthdays at the end of every month. We really enjoy doing that. They look forward to that because every birthday they get a free lunch. So this is some of the group. It's not all of them. We have over 100 people who've registered, but like with mental illness, not everybody shows up all the time, every day. But we have a good about 30 to 35 members who enjoy coming to the clubhouse regularly. If we can go to the next
Next go to
one.
the next slide.
Any questions while she's setting that up?
How do people find out about your group?
That's an excellent question. So we have a lot of referrals from the hospitals here, okay? The Vines, SMA, Mental Health Court. So we do get referrals from the mental health community. And it doesn't have to just be them. Let's say a family member's struggling with someone who they want to help. They can come in and refer and tour the clubhouse and see what we're about. So, so yes, we do get referrals from all of our community, our own community. So if you know of anyone who's struggling with mental illness and needs some support and is looking to come back into the community, please let them know about us. My card is in that little handout that I gave you. So if you just give me a call, I would love to support that. So I wanted to show you something more. This is Marcus. I wanted you to see a face of who we're serving. And Marcus is now working at Wear Gloves and very excited. Marcus is looking forward to being more independent. He lives with his grandparents. And a more dedicated person you've not met. This guy comes in, he knows what he needs to do. He gets in, he starts doing it. What can I help with? So they feel as though they're really becoming a part of what Clubhouse success can be. They make decisions as we do. We meet twice in the day. 9:30 in the morning, we have a meeting, and at 1:30 in the afternoon, and we discuss what we're doing for Clubhouse, how they can serve Clubhouse. If we have someone coming in, let's say to interview for a position at the Clubhouse, they are part of that. They are involved in the interview process. They understand that. And so they can see what it takes to be on the other side of an interview, as well as learning how they can interview as well. We do mock interviews with them. We build resumes, all those things we do with them as well. So that's Marcus. This is Don, and he's so looking forward to working. He's finally decided, okay, I want to work, and we're getting him started. We went to VR, and he wants to go a different route. So we're helping him with what their needs are and what they can accomplish. We work with their talents and what they're good at so that they can feel comfortable transitioning into a work environment. Donna, she's a DJ, and whenever we're having a party, Donna's got her stuff, and she's bringing it on. She has a great joy for life. I really love having her in the group, and always smiling, always energetic. She's now working at Earth Origins. This is Kelly. Kelly really wants to find something a little bit more like a receptionist or a clerical type of work. So here she is helping with banking. You're not supposed to have favorites. I'm just saying that. Another member who all she does, she comes in, doesn't even ask it. She sees somebody new. Here, I'll show you how to do that. She has the skills to really teach others and the heart for it too. So Vanessa's wonderful. We love having her. She's there almost every single day. And we love her passion for wanting to help and be a part of the club. Chris is now working at Publix, and he's been there the longest he's ever been. In the past, he's been with us for almost 4 years now. He's been sort of on again, off again, but he's been at Publix for over a year now.
Which is one out. Corner of.
No, this one is further closest to where he lives, and he's over by 200 over that way. North, he's at Southwest area. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the three who are very excited about what they're doing as well. These are all the other members, and this is a full, it had more names on it, but these are all the members that are looking for work or being a part of our clubhouse and helping us be successful. Lori works at SMA. She's a peer specialist there. We have Gabby, who is in the education, the school education. She was a teacher and she's moved over to assistant. So this is what's possible. Your mental illness does not keep you from doing things. Your mental illness doesn't mean that you're shunned away or you need to be secluded somewhere. Your mental illness is something that you can live with and still thrive.
You only have to go into areas of like electricity, as an electrician or.
Not right now. We haven't had anyone, but not right now. But you never know what the future will hold, okay? And the different types of members we have. Aaron Smith was one of our members, and sadly, we lost him last year. One of the things that we always say is once a member, always a member. So if you're gone for months at a time because of your illness, it's okay. You can come back anytime you want. and we'll just start all over again, or we'll start from where you left off. So it doesn't matter where you are. What we want to do is be able to help you have a place in our community. And we need this. We need these people depend on our clubhouse being open. So,
So do they support each other when symptoms of mental illness? Do
it's
depression
really
or-
interesting what they do. They do. They talk to one another. I don't know if that's good. So they talk to one another, they support each other. If they're going through a little strife, you know, they're reminding each other who they are and what they're capable of doing. So they lift each other up.
You don't have a professional counselor, right?
No, and this is something you should be aware of. We are not medical, we are not clinical, we are not therapy. We just work side by side with you. They already have that. They had that at the Vines, at SMA, they had that support. We're here to just work side by side with you and help you come back into the community and have a place to be. As I mentioned before, we're moving. As a matter of fact, I moved a few things already. And we don't have our own space yet. So we're very anxious about and excited about what the future will hold to have our own space. Every clubhouse has to be its own 501c3, which we are, and have its own building instead of sharing it or having a place that you put in the back. So our goal is to eventually build or find a space where we can have our clubhouse, where it would have the media unit, the culinary, it needs to have a kitchen. We had an opportunity at the Methodist to go there, but because of other programs they had, they couldn't allow us in at that time. So we're still looking. For now, we're moving over to the Hispanic Business Council for the moment. We have a 2-year lease there, but we're still looking to hopefully have something that's more grounded and better for our members.
Nothing expensive. but-
Tell me about that. Yes, it is. It's a huge undertaking, but it can't be done without funding. We're currently funded by Lutheran Services of Florida, and we also do fundraisers. We have, we just had our yard sale, and every month until June, we have a yard sale going on by a parent or a grandparent or a loved one who would hold a yard sale and have the proceeds go to the Aura Clubhouse. One of the things I didn't have, and I thought I did have in here, was the picture of Aura Evola. It was because of her bequeathment that we were able to start the clubhouse back in October 2019. We became our own 501c3 in February last year. So things take time. It takes a little bit of effort, and it takes a lot of work and dedication. Yes, sir.
How did this become your passion? Where, how did you,
You know,
maybe if you've already told that, I haven't been able to tell.
oh, no, I haven't told it. I'll be honest with you. I had my own business in health and fitness. Okay, so I teach yoga Pilates, I teach Pilates, I teach yoga, and I was in fitness for 30 years. So that was my thing. That's what I did. So in 2019, there was a turn of events in my life, and someone approached me about being the director for this clubhouse. And so I interviewed for it, and I didn't get it. So I thought, okay, God has a plan. I'm just going to trust and let it go. And 2 months later, they came back. Do you want to interview again? Sure. And in my family, unfortunately, I did have members of my family who suffered with mental illness. Back in those days, they used to do the electrodes and everything. And I remember going to the hospital and visiting my family member and seeing them struggle. And they lived with us for a while until it became a situation where they couldn't be in the same house with 6 young children. So I've seen what mental illness can do to a family, and I have experienced it personally. And I never thought and never even knew, how many of you right here, let me ask you this, know about Clubhouse and knew what it was about? None of you, right?
I saw flyers at Martin Luther King Day celebration at one of the.
Yes,
conferences.
yes,
That's
we were,
something
yes,
that-
we were,
that's
we're
interesting.
trying to be at every place, everywhere, so everyone will learn about it. But that's what I mean. A lot of you didn't even know about it, did you? Well, neither did I when I was introduced to it. So I fell in love with it as I was taught about it and learned about it. And once you get connected to these members, you can't help but just want to reach out and say, hey, we're here for you. And we have an opportunity to show you what you're capable of being and doing and having.
So how do people find out about you? Let's say I have a family member who is mentally ill and
Right.
could use that kind of support.
Oh, wonderful. Well, one of the things most people go to are like the Vines or SMA, and they already have our information. We already work with them as well. But you have my number, we have a website, and we're just trying to get out into every event that we can. As I told you, we had a yard sale, and we're going to have a yard sale every month, but we're also going to have a huge event at St. Mark's on May 4th. It's called May the 4th Be With You. So May the 4th, it's going to be a costume contest for adults and for children, and it's going to be a fundraiser. So that's our next big event that we're hoping to get a lot of support. And I just, if you know people who need to learn about it, I'd love to do speaking engagements and tell people more and let them know what it is that we're doing and the help that we need. We need to build a new place, and in 2 years, we need to have our new space for our members, and we want to grow in Marion County. Are there any other questions?
I wondered if they had to have a professional that helped with their medical needs or.
Yes, we have resources for them. Again, we're not medical, clinical therapy, we're not that, but we have the resources for them, which is why we're connected to all the other mental health facilities. So we do provide that resource for them. Yes, ma'am.
Well, who hired you in 2019? What got it here so that they even wanted to have you?
I was teaching this person, and they found out I was privately teaching them yoga, and they found out that I was looking for a more permanent, steady work, and they approached me.
And how are they connected to
There's a connection to NAMI. NAMI is National Alliance on Mental Illness. And it was NAMI who received the bequeathment from Ora Evola. So that's how that evolved. NAMI received this bequeathment. There used to be a clubhouse, oh gosh, not in Ocala, in a town called Lighthouse, but they had to close down. There's a certain standard that has to run with Clubhouse, and remembering that we are never going to be someone who's going to be medical or clinical. So when they start diverting into that area, it's no longer part of Clubhouse. If you go to Clubhouse International, you'll see where all the clubhouses are all over the world. You can go to Japan, you can go to Germany, you can go to, of course, in the United States. But you'd be surprised how many clubhouses there are around the world. That 7 patients started this movement because there was a need. We want to help our community.
Joanne has a question on
yes.
Zoom. Unmute, Joanne.
Unmute.
Muting.
You're muted.
I know, I was trying to get off and my little phone was not responding very well. Hey, Leda, this is just so exciting. Just a quick question. Does the court system through the mental health court refer clients?
Yes, mental health court is part of it as well.
Okay, great.
Judge Thomas Thompson is part of the mental health court. Regina Lewis is part of the mental health court. So we're connected with them as well.
And how can we at Fort King make sure that we are kept up to speed on the events that you're having? I mean, I follow you on Facebook. Is there a newsletter?
Yes, if you want to, yes, there's a newsletter. If you want to be added to our newsletter, I do it once a month, and I let you know. As a matter of fact, the next one is coming up because we just moved. So if you want to be part of our newsletter, we would love to add you to that. And it's just for our supporters, and you'll receive a newsletter at least once a month, maybe twice. So look out for that. It's from Constant Contact. So if I can get your email addresses, I will certainly add you to it. We're looking for support. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for partnerships with organizations and companies who are willing to invest in this clubhouse, in our clubhouse, and help us, really do what this community is in dire need of. Yes, ma'am.
What sort of needs do you have?
Well, besides having a new location, we have culinary needs, you know, having donations of food and things like that. I know Operation Blessing sometimes would drop things off, but I'll be honest and straightforward. Some of the stuff that's donated, we want to always make sure that how you feed the body, you feed the mind. So we try to stay away from processed, high sugar type of foods, you know, caffeine. So we do our best to really serve something that is more health-minded to our members. We have a need for administrative paperwork for the printer. I can give you a list if y'all want that list. I'll put it on the newsletter. I'll put it in the newsletter of all our needs. But transportation is the other thing. Without the transportation, we're not able to pick up these members and bring them not only to the clubhouse, but to their workplace, their new workplace. And that is really vital and important. April of this year, we lose our transportation. So if you have a connection to how we can get donated, if you have a connection to DeLuca and they want to donate a van, that would be wonderful. So we're looking for transportation. It's a van that we have right now. And we are submitting for a special fund just for transportation. And hopefully, you know, we'll get it. We're not sure that we will, but hopefully we can get it. Transportation is a huge need for us. And hiring more staff, you know, to be able to do the work. Because if right now I'm the driver, so it's me. We're going to pick them up from work, take them home, you know, all of that. Being able to add more staff who can help with our work needs. So transportation definitely a big plus by the end of April. By April 15th, actually, is when they told us that we have to have the vehicle back, because it was NAMI that we were under, and NAMI's who leased the van. So we have to return it by April. And we're just crossing our fingers that we get the funding that we need for that. And letting everybody know that we're doing this event, you know, let them come out and have some fun with us. And again, we will always let you know through our newsletter, and you can call me anytime. I would like to invite each and every one of you to come to the clubhouse and have lunch on us. You have a complimentary lunch ticket in that packet right there. So come out and have some lunch with us and see what the members can do. Hopefully it'll be a day that they didn't decide to order pizza. So yeah, come and see what we're doing. Be a part of it. We'd love to have some people volunteer for the day and just be a part of our work order day and see what that experience is. The space that we have now is a little tighter. It's not as expansive as CSL Ocala, but you know, I really trust, and I just trust and believe that this is going to be something that is really going to expand in our Marion County, and that we're going to have the help that we need. We're going to have the transportation. We're going to have the staff, because I just believe that God sees all good.
Have you presented to other churches?
I presented to CSL, but you're my first church outside of that one. So I'd love to present at other churches. I would love to do that so that they're aware. I've been to the First Methodist on 17 and had a conversation with their pastor and with St. Mark's as well. So yes, I would love more speaking engagements. If you're involved in another organization or a club or you know, anything that you're involved with outside of the church, let me know. I would love to. We need to create this awareness. I'd love to share with them what it is that we're doing. And I think that all of you can see the value in what we're doing, because people are not dependent on the system. They're becoming employed. And now they can live on their own and sustain themselves. So this is our goal, is to help these people and let them know that it doesn't matter where you are in your mental health. You're valuable, you're significant, you matter. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Do you find, Lita, that people with mental illness tend to isolate themselves socially? And this may be an avenue for them to form new friendships with people who also are going through stuff?
Absolutely.
And regain their confidence?
Absolutely. That's why we, I don't know if you were here earlier, we don't close our doors on the holidays. We're open on the holiday. We celebrate Thanksgiving with them. We celebrate Christmas with them. We celebrate New Year's with them. And we go out and have those things, cost money when we go out and have what we call a gathering of beautiful minds. That's the name of our outings, gathering of beautiful minds. And we go out and we have picnics and we have time. But yes, a lot of friendships have been forged through our community. And it's been a great support for them. And, earlier you saw that we lost a member, Aaron. It was a very difficult and trying time. You can feel the sadness in the clubhouse because so many have been connected to him.
If someone has an episode while they're with your group or whatever, what options do you?
We have policies on what we need to do. If there's an episode during the work order day. So we do help out with that. In all the time I've been there, I've only had to Baker Act one member, and it was at their request. Like they knew what they were feeling. They knew what they were going through, and they approached the staff and said, I need to be Baker Act.
And what is that?
Baker Act, when they're going through an episode of mental health, that they're breaking down and they're having thoughts that are not healthy and they just feel disconnected. So this particular member knew what he was feeling and was able to approach another staff member.
And what are you allowed to do?
Well, we did the call. We called the police, and that's Baker Act. That's a Baker Act. And then they come by and they have a conversation with him, and they were able to take him to it. The Vines, I think, is where they ended up taking him to have therapy, to have some time. And usually they stay there about 3 days, so they're taken care of. So we do have policies in line for when an episode happens at the workplace. And that's not usual. When there's an episode, we can just have a conversation, they'll be okay. And, they're calmed down and they're just going through, it. Any other questions?
How much training do you and your staff need to deal with all this?
This is such a great question. Clubhouse International has several training facilities around the country. And one of them is in South Carolina. It's called Gateway. So when we become employed by Clubhouse, we have to go to a 2-week training with them to understand the process and procedures and standards of Clubhouse. And they train us. That costs about $5,000 per employee. And you have to take a member with you and a board member with you as well. By the way, if any of you are interested in becoming a board member, I would love to have the opportunity to speak with you about that.
So how many people do you have on your board?
Right now we have 11. So we're good for now, but a year is coming up faster than you know.
So are you connected to NAMI? You mentioned NAMI.
NAMI started our clubhouse. It was through them. And I would say that we are because it's also mental health. So we still, connect with anyone who has mental health. We're all connected in one way or another. We're just different in the program that we do. And it's really exciting because I just spoke to Lenny from ARC Marion. Do you know ARC Marion?
Yeah.
Right. And so Lenny has started a network of nonprofits that she's putting together to speak to each other, to see what the support is and the needs are of the nonprofits. Because when I tell you how many nonprofits there are just in Marion County alone, it is amazing. So we're all grasping and grabbing at the same population to show them that what we're doing is significant. And every one of those organizations are excellent and are a need for this community. And so that's, just one of the things that we do is that we want to get out there. We want to share. We want to let them know that we're making a significant difference in the lives of people in Marion County. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
You take people who are wanting and willing to work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you might ever have the capacity to take people like on a daycare basis. They just come there and they have some place to be that's safe.
As I mentioned earlier, yes.
Rather than giving them something to, if they can't even wash the dishes or
or?
Well, there
whatever?
is a functionality requirement. They need to be in recovery, okay? So for us, when they come in, they don't have to work if they don't want to. We don't press it for them. We don't say you come in and eventually you have to work. We have members who just come in and just help with folding napkins or setting the table or, or doing data entry, something simple that they can do. But I want to stress that we are not a drop-in center. We're not a daycare center. We are a recovery through work program. And the work can be at the level of the clubhouse, and that is significant and valuable enough for us. That was a great question. Thank you for asking, because a lot of people want to drop off people and just, and they're not in recovery, and it makes it difficult for the rest of the members to do the work they need to do when you're struggling with someone who's not fully working towards their recovery.
So do you assess people that?
Yeah, we do an assessment. They come in, we request information from the facility, so we know where they are and how they're doing. Usually, the referrals are always with people who've already finished a program at other facilities. So they're in preparation of moving forward. That doesn't mean to say that, oh, they're good, no more, they're constantly working towards the betterment of their illness.
Well, thank you so much. This was fabulous, and we definitely want your newsletter, I think.
Yes, I would love to get your email and anything that you want to know, feel free to call me. My number's on the form there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And on Zoom too.
And on Zoom too. Thank you, everyone. Oh, that was the last one, and
Just type this one out. There's plenty of us here.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you got it? Oh, there you go.
That's so sweet.
I got plenty. If you come to visit.